name's Bethany. I'm a small business owner and I'm based on the Isle of Wight in the UK, and I want to tell you today about how I've made 25 grand a year for the last 2 years using this. Just this. Well, not just this, but this. So I started my business a couple years back, about 3 years ago actually, when I was on maternity leave. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm a real big people pleaser. It's kind of a downfall of mine. I am taken advantage of a lot because of it. And I found that every job I had, I was bending over backwards for everyone, and I was getting taken advantage of. And it got to a point where, when I was on my maternity leave, I just knew that I didn't want to work for anyone else anymore. I wanted to work for me, and be my own boss. So to do this, I had to set up my own business. I started off doing like toys and decor and stuff, and I actually used to hand make toys, wooden toys for kiddies, because I'd had my little boy and I was really interested in his like development and how he grew, but it wasn't profitable enough for me. So then I started looking into keeping up with the decor and the jewellery and things that I made, but also looking into favours, which is why now this is my business. Back in 2018, when I got married, I wanted to do my own wedding favours to just have a little personal touch for everybody. And I did wildflower seeds to save the bees, and I hand stamped them. People loved them, and I had this like light bulb moment, ting, where I realised I should be doing this for other people. People loved it so much. So I tried it. I set up an Etsy account, and they kind of just went bang. And yeah, today I've done nearly 60,000 seed packs, hand stamped, filled, and sent. So I might get arthritic wrists when I'm older, but at the moment it's so worth it because obviously, you know, it saves the planet. It's within my ethos, you know. It's really good for the bees. And yeah, so we're going to talk through it today, show you a little bit of just what I do, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it. So, what makes a good Etsy? Start again. What makes a good Etsy listing? I've had quite a few people come to me, like friends and kind of small business owners in my local area, who have said, you know, that their Etsy listing maybe isn't doing as well as they want it to, etc. And wanted to know like hints and tips. So I'm gonna try and put them in this video today. I was lucky enough to be invited to this really cool workshop with Etsy, where they got some of their employees as well as top sellers to discuss what they think is a good Etsy listing. And it was so good. I learned so much. But basically, there's lots of different categories that you kind of have to tick box to make sure that you're listing as good as it can possibly be. So I'm going to list them here. But for me personally, photography. You need to get lots of different photos that are of decent quality. You need to get you making the product. You need to get obviously a product photo. You need to get a photo of the product in action. You know, there's lots of different creative ways that you can get a product shown to a customer, in more than just like bang, but you know, a standard photo of this over here, photo of this over here. That's not going to cut it. But if you get a photo of someone holding the seed packet, if you get a photo of an array of seed packets in a wicker basket that is on display for a wedding, if you can get a photo of me stamping the seed packet, you know, all these different ways to demonstrate your product, you really ought to just do that. It's so beneficial. I think it's one of the top and most beneficial things you can do to try and make more sales. And one more thing as well is you can now add a video with your listing. So for me, I would take a time-lapse video like you've just seen of me stamping the seed packets, so people can see how much time and effort goes into making your product. It really just allows the customer to see that these are handmade items. It makes them understand what they're paying for. You know, a lot of the time in the modern world, people will just go on Amazon, click something, buy it, and it turns up the next day. And they need to be put back in a place of understanding the time it takes to make these things, to create these things for them. So a video is also such a good thing to put in your listing so that they can see. If you're making jewellery, being able to have a video of you working away on the piece that you're then selling is so good. And you don't have to like make sure you do a different video for every single necklace that you make. If you just have a video of you making a necklace and put it on that listing, they will go, oh yeah, look, this is them actually making the products that I want to buy. This is so good. You know, it gets them one step closer to the business, and it almost creates a relationship between the two of you. So yeah, really beneficial doing that. Next thing for me, and I hate it, is the descriptions of a listing. You can't just write seed packets, wildflower seeds, saving bees. I wish you could, because I just suck at anything that's not creative. But you need to make your listing really pop with a description. You need to talk about dimensions. You need to talk about how it's handmade, where it came from, you know, what type of things you use, what tools you use. Really just give them the whole spiel. You need to really like hammer home all of this information, because it actually ends up being beneficial for you. When starting this business, I didn't stupidly put in the dimensions of the envelopes, and I got questions every day about the dimensions, and realised that I'm saving myself so much bother just by putting those listings information in those listings. It stops people questioning me all the time. Don't get me wrong, I love a question. I love, you know, getting in touch with my customers and actually speaking to them and getting to know them as well. Like I said before, I'm a people pleaser, and part of me just likes chatting to people. You know, it's part of the reason why I love what I do. But yeah, if you can like the same questions every single day, you can stop that by making sure your listing has all the information needed for customer advice. So yeah, that's really important. Advertising your listing is huge for me, and I don't mean spending loads of money on advertisement, okay? Because yes, that will work to a degree, but a lot of us small business owners are just starting out. We don't have the money to then start shelling out on adverts for here, there, and everywhere. So what I recommend, what I did, I set up a Pinterest account. And you might be thinking, Pinterest? This is Etsy, what are you talking about? Pinterest is awesome. I love it. So I've set up this Pinterest account for my business, and I just started uploading the photos I've already uploaded on Etsy to my Pinterest account. Okay. Oh, I've got something on my hand. This is so with doing that, what I found was if I upload these photos onto Pinterest, you have an option to link the photo to something else. So when they click on the photo, it will redirect them somewhere else. So I would redirect them to the listing. So people often, for things like wedding favours, they always use Pinterest. For home decor, people use Pinterest. For inspiration, for anything, jewellery, anything, they will go to Pinterest to create a little board, like a mood board of what they want. So I put my wedding favours up. I put a little link to the listing of my wedding favours. So they go, oh, these are really cool. Click. Here you go. Buy them. Do you know what I mean? It's amazing. And you can look on your Etsy in the like background information. You can look at where your buyers have come from. And so many of mine came purely from uploading a photo of them onto Pinterest. them clicking it and heading over to my Etsy account because I've redirected them, I've channeled them to where they need to buy, and all they have to do is click buy now. So that is another huge thing for me, advertisement. Yeah. Now, if you're like me, I hate business jargon. I hate it so much. I've been doing this for, 2 or 3 years now, and still, I can't stand when people use these big fancy words and just, as a small business owner, you think, look, it's as simple as, it's not as simple as this, but it should be as simple as, I've made something, I want to sell it, here comes a buyer, here we go. But unfortunately, in the world we live in, where we're selling digitally or we're selling online, um, there are different aspects that come into play. And I hate this word, but I'm going to use it, the algorithms. So um, I struggle with this a lot. But basically, with Etsy, I have found, now I'm not saying this will apply for everyone, and a lot of people can disagree with me, and actually, that would be wicked. If you could comment and just let me know what your thought processes are, it's really good for me because I'm still learning myself. Um, so yeah, like, educate me as well. I want to hear what you have to say on the matter. But basically, I've found with Etsy, when I sell a product, it boosts me up the ranking a bit higher. Sell another product or the same product again, boost me up, boost me up, boost me up. But if I do something, say, miss a dispatch day by one day because I've been busy or poorly, I go back down. If I don't respond to a customer quick enough, I go back down. So it's about, I see it as like a ladder, and every sale I make, I go up the rung on the ladder a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And if I start doing things like not dispatching on time because I've been ill, I will go back down. I'll go back down. So it's about a constant battle between trying to get up that ladder. And I've unfortunately recently had a string of just bad timing illnesses where I had the flu, then my back went out, then I had a wisdom tooth infection, then I had to get my wisdom tooth pulled. All of this took a lot of recovery time, so I wasn't getting my orders out as quickly as I would normally like. And I found myself going down the algorithm, and I'm playing with my kids' toys. And I found myself, losing out on orders because the lower you get, the less likely you are to be seen, the less orders then come in. So if you're just starting out and you're thinking, oh, I've not got any orders, nothing's happening, when it does happen and when you do get those orders, you will then start going up the rankings ever so slightly. You get up higher and higher and higher and higher. So, like, have faith. As long as you're doing everything correctly in your listings, you need to make sure you're putting tags in there, the correct tags. If you're doing, say, you're doing jewelry, gifts for her, gifts for him, jewelry, bespoke jewelry, handmade necklace, accessories, just really hammer it home with all of these tags, and it will just help your listing that much more. Fill out everything you can. It's really tedious and mundane, but when you've done it, you've done it. Um, so yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, algorithms. You've got to try and stay on the right side of the algorithms. I hate that word, but basically it just means, like I said, just think of a ladder. If you're at the bottom, you make a sale, you climb up one rung, make another sale, climb up one rung. And I started out by maybe getting one order a week, thinking I would never be able to make money off of this. And now I probably get 5 orders a day, maybe six, and they can range from like £10 to £150 per order. So yeah, it's just about patience, making sure that your listings are, top tier, your photography is top tier. If you're not that great at photography, just do some research. There's some amazing YouTube videos on how to take a good photo just using your iPhone. And I might even do one myself to show you how I photograph my products. Um, yeah. Now that was a big video, especially for my first one. So if you managed to get all the way through, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm going to keep them coming, hopefully. I'm going to try and make some more interesting things. Not just me sat here talking, but, you know, some more content that's out and about and just day in the life of, and we're relocating soon, so I'm going to try and get that in there as well. So yeah, if you enjoyed it today, please like, subscribe, share, and yeah, I hope to see you again soon for my next one. I really enjoyed it actually, and yeah, it's really good fun. See you soon. Bye. Bye.